Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, a nice spin. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. Snickers, 66. Take both of them.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Third and 2. Now Roethlisberger. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he gets it down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And James has it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Right now, 694.
Here's Carr. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Get set, get set. Get set.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you were going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes, brought down. Sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got an open man, it's Washington. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On third down, it's Wilkins. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Carr going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand the ball. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That one good for 33 and a first.
Now, that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after them, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Later, 2.
They'll run it here with Wilkins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
Later, 2. For new.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And complete right side to Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Go. Get set, get set.
They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They run with Wilkins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordan Wilkins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get us.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A give to Bell. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Quinn. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Raider 9. 6-18. Go.
Carr now on first down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball, but understanding where the receiver is running his route, allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On third down, that's Wilkins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Now they go for it on fourth down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On play action, it's Carr. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Throwing now is Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
6:37. 24.
They do go for it. It's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The give is to Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for the Raiders. 46 yards. This is Wilkins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Goes underneath for Bell. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
12, Jumbo.
On the carry, it's Wilkins.
Missed.
This will not go down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Down. 180. What's up? 280.
They run again with Wilkins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On 3rd down. That's Wilkins. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with Connor. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Connor, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Left, left, left.
Now Bell. And some room to roam that. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 54 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Carr now to throw, eluding the pressure, under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there is really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and they end up getting sacked.
And the Steelers set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Later, 8. 12, Jumbo. Here we go, we're good.
And on the ground they go with a running back. A solid stiff arm. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jordan Wilkins with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Big Ben has the knowledge, certainly the weapons to pull this off. We know he's done it many times in the past.
And that transmits itself to the rest of the offensive unit because these guys know that with Big Ben leading them, they've got a lot of confidence they can get it done.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game. Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful. I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps. I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
24.
And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
And they'll go on the ground. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Slide down.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
you